if you really understand the essence of why are we working with all these gods and the spirits and the traditions and the truths, why are we doing that? It's because it puts us in a particular state of being. It changes our being in one or another way. Special, it's very special. If you sit with Tibetan monks in a recitation with bells and incense, it does something to you. You know, if you go to an Orthodox church, it does something to you. If you participate in a Muslim prayer, it does something to you. Something very subtle that it happens to you. Well, that's it. That's it. That counts. That counts. That's the only thing that counts. And if you have created for yourself the proper orientation, it's a kind of openness, the proper orientation in living, which I call awe and wonder, have a kind of amazement, a kind of gratitude, a kind of acceptance of everything. And I call it affirmation, live in affirmation. You will start seeing that things are coming back. You float the water and it comes back. And that's a surprise. This is something to play with. This is something to experiment with. So you find it out yourself. That's the nice thing about it. Nothing is prescribed. Things are what they are in the way I see them as what they are. That's the trick, you see. The things are what they are is not the truth. No, the way I see it what they are is the truth. Now, the best way to express that is naam. Naam is an Arabic word. Naam is the entire field of affirmation. Peaceful, you don't fight, you kind of accept, you don't oppose, all this whole field, that's naam. And in that same word, there's also a big surprise. Because in that same word, there's also bliss and blessing. It's a lot of And naam is also expressing to be pleased with, in a different form, naam, but to be pleased with, be content with. I don't think in any language expresses a single word with so many meanings which are exactly what we are talking about. Exactly. It's the affirmation, and naturally it brings peace. And why does it bring peace? Because almost you feel the blessing of it. The reflection. The blessing is the reflection. And then playing around. we play with it because it makes such a difference. If you think that you can just do whatever you like, hit everybody and everything like, and then because God is forgiving anyway, so it will go all right in the end, it's a very different meaning than, no, I'm responsible for what I'm doing, which, of course, as the cause of things is, it remains forever. It's an imprint which is there forever. And when this world ends, well, then I'm sitting there with my imprints. And there doesn't have to be a judge. There hasn't been, a big spectacle, a filmic spectacle of a last judgment. No, I'm just sitting there as I am. And then you can imagine how that works out. It's all very real, You don't need you don't need a theology for that. I think it's good to pay attention to what you're doing. And even more so what you're believing. Do you think that if people in a certain kind of arrogance believe themselves to be superior, that this doesn't have a negative effect on their state of being? Of course. If people believe that their truth is so important that they have to kill everybody who is not in accordance with that truth, it has an effect on them. It has nothing to do about truth or not truth. It's completely outside that. It is the personal effect of the person who supports such an idea. You have to be very careful with what ideas you support. You have to be very careful what party, even a political party you support. Are they ethically all right? In some traditions they talk about the afterlife, the life after death. Very interesting, in the Quran they speak about the other life, hayat al-okhra. There's not the life after death, it's the other life. And if you read it properly in this perspective of permanence, impermanence, what they're talking about is what impermanence you can create a negative effect for your psyche, for your memory, for your... But the effect that it has on the other life, your state in permanence, is even bigger. And that is what we are responsible for. So we are not responsible towards a kind of God in heaven who we have to please, or who is hurt if we do something wrong. It is that we are hurting ourselves. You certainly die. No, the only thing you can do is affirmation. Accept it for what it is. Prepare yourself as best as possible so that you don't have to be afraid. That you have your ethics, the way you have been living, you haven't caused too much problems. You have solved your problems and nobody suffered from you. Life teaches you to live optimally. And you only have to listen to discover it. And if you really go against it, it might teach you very hard. Don't get nervous, because once you open yourself for it, you will never be put in situations that you can't handle. The teaching is always measured to your understanding.